Hey guys, welcome back to another pickups video, this time for the month of July of 2016. And after I recorded last month my June pickups, I was wondering if I was going to have enough material to show you guys for the month of July, because I couldn't think of any new releases that I was excited, but sure enough I managed to buy a pretty decent amount of stuff for the month of July, including a lot of new releases, which I'm pretty excited to share with you guys. And for some reason I forgot some games were coming out this month. So I do have a fair amount of things to show you guys, including books and magazines that are gaming related, so stay tuned for that. But as usual, I'm going to start with the new releases for the month that I picked up. And the first one is one series that it's very known for being a very popular handheld series, but for me personally, I enjoy playing these games on the console versions. But I decided to pull the trigger and get the handheld release of this game, which is, it's only available for handhelds so far. And I'm talking about Monster Hunter Generations for the Nintendo 3DS, which is the latest entry in the Monster Hunter series. And as I mentioned before, I'm a pretty big fan. I put tons of hours, over 100 hours on the Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate version for the Wii U. I also own the Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii itself, so I tend to like and prefer these games on the console on the bigger screen, which is why I skipped over Monster Hunter 4, which was released last year, I believe. But I decided to get back to the series and give this one a shot. It's supposed to be a very fun one with great graphics, especially if you have a new 3DS. The textures are supposed to be improved. So I'm pretty much looking forward to this. However, I am about to finish an RPG for the 3DS. As soon as I'm done finishing that game, I will pop this game in, and hopefully some of you guys also bought this game. Maybe we can do some monster hunting online. Yeah, pretty excited to have this on the 3DS and try it at one point, probably sooner than later. So Monster Hunter Generations for the 3DS. The next game is also a handheld game, but this time around for the PlayStation Vita. And I had this game pre-order, forgot it was coming out during this month, and of course I'm talking about Zero Time Dilemma for the PlayStation Vita, but also available for the 3DS. Decided to go with the Vita version just because of the better graphics and trophy support and whatnot, but I actually pre-ordered this game because Amazon.com had a price mistake on the special edition that came with the watch. And as you guys can see here, this is just a game. I don't have the watch that comes with it, and the reason being there was some kind of manufacturing problems with the watch. So far Amazon only sent the game, and that's fine. I'm not in a hurry to play this because as big of a fan as I am of the original 999 that came out for the Nintendo DS, in fact that game is my favorite DS game of all time. I still have to play Virtue's Last Reward, which it's there sitting on my shelf for the Vita. So I'm gonna make myself that promise that I have to finish that game sooner than later. I've been a little bit sidetracked as far as visual adventure games. I've been sidetracked a little bit by the Telltale games, which as you guys know, I finished quite a few of them this year. So I need to get back into the groove of this series and the Zero Escape series and finish Virtue's Last Reward, and so I can finally jump into this and cap the trilogy for these games. So pretty excited to have this. Again, it's gonna go on my shelf. I need to finish Virtue's Last Reward, but pretty excited to have this in my collection, and looking forward into getting the watch, which I don't know what the issue is, but it's being delayed at the moment. The next game is a game that I have no issues of supporting things like this on day one because of the price point and because of the offering itself. I think it's a pretty interesting concept. And I'm talking about Song of the Deep for the PlayStation 4. Now this game is it's a pretty unique venture between Insomniac, which is the developers of the Ratchet & Clank games, and it's being published by GameStop, which is again a new venture for them. And I'm all for this type of release here, because this game retails for $14.99, 15 bucks basically, and it comes with a box, a retail physical version of the game, and so I had no problems paying 15 bucks on day one. I was mildly interested in it, and I'm glad I did because I already played a little bit. I have a gameplay video up on my channel if you guys want to check out some of my older videos I was live streaming this game the other day, and it has a pretty good presentation, storybook type of presentation. The controls are a little bit slow and wonky, which they make sense because you control this submarine underwater. So things are a little bit slow as far as controlling. But for 15 bucks, I cannot complain. I am more than happy, and I will support GameStop if they want to keep doing this. Releasing low budget games that are fairly well priced. I have no problems in supporting that type of thing that GameStop is doing. So really happy with this. And this game is, from what I was reading, it can take up from 6 to 10 hours depending on how thorough you are as far as collectibles and all that and things like that. So for being a 6 to 10 hours game and for only 15 bucks, I am more than happy with with this type of release or published by GameStop. So pretty happy with this, and hopefully we get to see more games like that released in the near future. The next one is a remaster of an older game that I have a lot of fond memories playing this. I know not a whole lot of people like this game, and I'm talking about Resident Evil 5 for the PlayStation 4, another remaster on the popular Resident Evil games. And truth to be told, Resident Evil 5 sits among my lowest Resident Evil games, but with that being said, I still think this is a pretty enjoyable game. It follows the footsteps of Resident Evil 4, with the behind-the-back view, third-person shooter type of behind-the-shoulder view. And I'm pretty excited actually for this release, because even though I already beat Resident Evil 5 back when the game got released, in fact, Resident Evil 5 was my first Platinum trophy on the PS3. But the cool thing about this is that it comes with the DLC content that I never got around to play the DLC content for Resident Evil 5 on the PS3. I was on the edge or in the brink of buying Resident Evil Gold several times, which is the version that comes with all the DLC content, but never got around to do that, and finally I can try that content here with this version. So pretty excited to try the DLC content and to go back into the Resident Evil 5 story just to refresh my memory, because I do like this game a lot, and it does have online co-op, so maybe I'll get some people here to help me out with the game. So pretty excited to have that, especially because it's only 20 bucks. I am more than happy to pay that for that game. Next up is a game that has been released for quite a while as far as the digital version, but the physical retail version, it's only available in Asia, I believe. And this is a gift from Leo the Funny Nerd, and I do have an unboxing, a separate unboxing of the package that he sent me, and I'm talking about Alien Nation, which is by the same developers that did the Dead Nation game that was released last gen for PS3 and 360. So I'm very excited. Thank you, Leo, for sending me as a gift. Again, if you guys want to see the entire content that he sent my way, check out my older videos. But yeah, pretty happy to have this, and I'm still waiting to play this with Leo, because I'm being distracted by another game that I'll show you guys next. It's almost a new release, and I want to say that because this game came out last month in June, and I was doing great. I was doing great by not buying this game because I knew this game is very addicting and a lot of people were playing it. But I finally, Leo, Steven, and a couple of other YouTubers, finally they were able to convince me, hey, you need to get this game. You need to get this game so we can play online. So I finally pulled the trigger, and I ended up getting Overwatch for the PS4. And no surprises here. I've been playing this game non-stop, which is why, that's the main reason why I avoided this game at launch, because I knew if I buy a game like this, I'm gonna be playing it a lot. I absolutely love competitive online games. I'm a huge Battlefield fan, and Overwatch is, a lot like Battlefield. It's very competitive. There are a lot of different classes on the heroes that you can pick, and it's a very strategic game. It requires a lot of teamwork and communication, but at the same time, even though I did not want to pick this game up, at the same time, I'm glad I did, because I'm playing this game regularly with a lot of YouTubers here, and I'm having a lot of fun, obviously. So unfortunately, my backlog it's gonna grow a little bit because I'm playing this and pretty much nothing else at the moment. But again, I'm having a lot of fun, so that's what counts, right? So Overwatch for the PS4, a semi-new release. that it took me a month to pick this up, but I'm glad I did because again, I'm having a lot of fun with this game. And that's the end of the new releases. I'm going to show you guys 2 other games that I picked up during a sale that the Microsoft store had, and they were having a bunch of first-party games for $10. So I went to the Microsoft store here in the local mall, and I ended up trying the HTC Vive at the same time because they had a demo. So I do have a vlog video talking about my experience with the VR devices if you guys want to check that out. But this is a pickups video, and I'm here to show you what I picked up in that sale from the Microsoft store. State of Decay, $10. I couldn't say no. I'm pretty much interested in the second or in the sequel that's coming out sometime this year, I believe. It was announced at E3, and but I figured why not try the first one. I know this is the first game, so it may not be as nice looking, and in fact this game came out originally on the 360. So I'm not really sure what to expect for this game, but I figured for $10 I'll give it a shot, and I'm pretty excited for the sequel for this. So I figured I can try this game out and see what it's all about. So pretty happy to pick this up for pretty cheap. And the second game, another first party major title here, great price obviously for only $10. Halo 5. No introduction needed here. Halo is the staple I guess IP for the Microsoft or for the Xbox consoles. So I have a lot of catching up to do with the Halo series because, as you guys know, I never owned a Xbox console up until now that I have an Xbox One. So I do have the Halo collection or the Master Chief collection, so which has all the Halo games from 1 through 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have no idea when I'm gonna find the time to play all these games, but they're a staple of the Xbox console, so I need to have them. And at one point, my plan is to play all of them. So I figured might as well pick it up brand new for $10. You can't beat that price point. So happy to have Halo 5. It's supposed to be a great first-person shooter, so I'm excited to see what it's all about. So that's the end of the physical games. I'm gonna jump into figures now because I have 2 figures that I want to show you guys. The first is this little guy right here. I actually got this guy last month, I believe, and this is the Nendoroid Link Wind Waker figure, which it's on sale at GameStop for $30. So I figured I always seen these figures around, and a lot of people have a lot of positive things to say about these because they're very customizable. Here I have the box, and you guys can see here you can change the poses and the expressions on the faces and all that. So I had a lot of fun setting this little guy up. My goal is maybe every month I'm gonna be changing his looks. So pretty excited to have this for $30. I thought it was a pretty good price point. These figures, they range from all the way from like 30 to like $80 depending on the rarity of the characters. So hopefully I'm not gonna get addicted to these. I know Leo has been buying quite a few of these, but if I see a figure that I really like, I may pull the trigger and get a second Nendoroid figure. But so far so good. I'm pretty happy with this, with the build quality and everything like that. So for $30, if you guys have a GameStop, it's worth checking out if you guys are a Zelda or Link fan to get this guy for $30. So the second figure is an amiibo that I already showed in my unboxing from package from Leo video, but I always show some kind of amiibo on my pickups video, and here is this is Ness, which is I was never able to buy this, so Leo was kind enough to send me this figure right here, which is one that I really wanted, and it's missing from my Smash Brothers collection. So thank you, Leo, for the gift, and of course I'm going to open this and put it on my shelf pretty soon. So thanks again for the Ness figure. And that's the end of the figures, and we're going to enter in the last part of the pickups with the literature, if you will. First up is a magazine, the bi-monthly release here of Nintendo Force, this time around featuring a Zero Time Dilemma, which, as I mentioned before, it came out on the Vita but also on the Nintendo 3DS, and that's the cover. a lot of information here, a lot of reviews. I really like getting this on the mail every 2 months. Even though you can check all the news online nowadays, I always have a kick reading through the magazine. And the poster comes with the Zero with the Zero Time Dilemma poster, which is I think this is the same as the cover of the game. And on the back we have a custom-made Mario and Sonic Olympics. I guess our art, or for the poster, with a lot of the different characters from the Sega and Nintendo universe. In the spirit of the Summer Olympics, which coincide with the release of the 3DS game and the Wii U. I'm sure the Wii U will have another one of those games as well. So next up, I got this from Amazon. I think I'm a little bit disappointed by this. It's called the Game Boy World 1989. It's almost like a magazine, really, and it was on sale for $21, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh man, this is a great deal to get for 21 bucks." But I don't know. It's the quality is a little bit flimsy for being a $20+ book or magazine. I don't really know what to call, but the content is top notch though. It does have the story of the original Game Boy and all of the 1989 releases for the system, including screenshots and the cartridge, the shape of the cartridge, and the like the Japanese box art and the brief description of the game. So I will definitely be doing a book overview of this like I usually do. It's been a while since I've done one of those. Yeah, I mean it's a good magazine or book. From what I understand, they have also a 1990 version, which I'm assuming has all the 1990 releases for the system. So pretty good information source if you guys are Game Boy fans. So I figured I'd buy it and see what it's all about. And I have 2 more books, taking advantage of the weak British pound. Now that they exited the European Union, prices are coming down as far as importing things. And these 2 books come from a publisher from the UK, so the prices have dropped down a little bit. And I decided to pick up this fantastic book, which is the Super Famicom, the box art collection, which I've seen some people here on YouTube make a video about it. And this basically showcases the box art covers for the Super Famicom releases in Japan, with also a brief description here of the game. And I've seen Alex return to Mother Base. He had a video flipping through this, which is fantastic. The artwork, I really like the artwork in the Super Famicom boxes. So I'm really happy I have this, and it just goes over the different covers that the Super Famicom releases had. And I'll probably do a book overview of this because it's a fantastic book, and I got it for a really good price, taking advantage of the weak pound prices now. So pretty excited to have this, the Super Famicom, the box art collection. And to combo along with that, I had from the same publisher this book called Artcade, which it's basically a book that has the art of the arcades machines on the top. It has a bunch of concept art, as you can see here. For example, you have Battle Zone. This is kind of like the marquee art that the arcade machines had at the top. Different games. Really cool art, very very retro, obviously, because a lot of these games came out in the early 80s and mid 80s, and it goes, as you move along. Here we have a classic Donkey Kong, and I'll probably do a book overview on this as well. But again, I got it for a really good price considering the quality of the book. I thought it was it's a pretty nice thing to have, like a coffee table type of book. So Arcade, the book of classic arcade game artwork. So really nice pickup, and I will be doing an overview at one point or another. So that's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this July pickups video, and I will see you next month with more pickups. Take it easy.